We had an amazing week of football this past week, and yes, every game lived up to the expectation. Excitement everywhere. I enjoyed every game that went down during the week. A lot of talking points, a lot of things to discuss about as it pertains to certain clubs and certain players. But first off, here are the results of the games that went down during the week, from the Premier League to the French League. Although we still have some games today. With the Premier League, we have, I think, Everton, Crystal Palace, and we also have games in La Liga, which Girona will be playing today to know whether they still sit. If the title contention between them and Madrid is on, knowing that Madrid drew against Rayo Vallecano 1-1. But the first bit of conversation we'll be having today is the conversation that concerns Napoli and Victor Osimhen. Now, first off is Napoli's game on Saturday with Genoa ended in a 1-1 draw. And if we were to be honest, Napoli were below par in that game. They came out strong in the dying minutes of the game, I think from 75 minutes downwards, but Genoa were the better side overall. Napoli were not even converting the chances they were able to create. Currently, in 10 games, Napoli has had 3 draws, 4 wins, and 3 losses. That is not a good thing. Currently seated 9th on the table. And as it stands, the club is not moving forward. Sitting 9th on the table, from going to being the guys who won the title to being 9th on the table. Now, that's a big low if you ask me. And the big question is, where does this put Victor Osimhen? Now, I'm a big fan of Victor Osimhen. I love his work rate. I love his passion for the game. And I'm going to be factual. If you ask me as a football fan, I think if a better offer should come for Victor Osimhen, I think he should leave the club. If there's someone who can pay his buyout clause, I think he should leave the club. Why do I think he should leave the club? Because Napoli is going towards a downward spiral. I don't see that team coming back to the form they were last season. I don't even see them with the way they are playing, beating Barcelona, who currently is struggling. And as a big fan of Victor Osimhen, I want to see him thrive. I want to see him succeed. I don't think you can succeed when you're playing with Napoli, not with the way they are currently playing. And then we move on to Bayern Munich. This is a story that keeps getting better and better. Now, Bayern Munich has lost their last 3 games. They lost against Bayern Leverkusen, they lost against Lazio, and now against Bochum. I don't even know how to pronounce their names really well. They lost their last game 2-1. That I don't understand. How is it that no one is talking about the fact that Tuchel is not doing a great job at Bayern Munich? He's not. He is not doing a great job. You have 11 losses in 41 games in all competition. But you're not doing a great job. The fact that Bayern has said that they will still stick with this coach to the end of the season is baffling to me. It is. You're basically struggling and you're saying you're not changing your coach till the end of the season. It doesn't make any sense to me. Do I see them beating Lazio in the second leg of the Champions League? I don't see that happen. Do I see them winning the league? No, because Bayern Leverkusen won their last match, which means that currently Bayern Leverkusen has an 8-point lead over Bayern Munich. That is a lot of lead. It's been long we've had that in the Bundesliga. We know that. And if you ask me, I think Bayern needs a change of atmosphere. They need a new coach. Get someone new. But for some reason, they want to stick with the coach. I don't know why they have so much faith in him, but it is what it is. And then we move to the Premier League. Starting off with Liverpool. Liverpool has made up their mind this season and have said to themselves, I'd rather die than lose this league. I'd rather die than lose this league. Now, Liverpool's game on Saturday was good and bad at the same time, being that they lost Jota to injuries, but it was an incredible performance. They came into the game against a team like Bradford. You would expect them that, the game would be tight, but Liverpool basically took control of that game from start to finish. Jota got injured, Salah came in. It was like nothing changed. They went about their business. They showed why they are sitting on top of the table, and yeah, they won the game. And it was not like it was a below par performance. They controlled the game. They won the game. They were the better team overall. Yes, Bradford tried to fight back, but come on. This Liverpool team is going to take a lot to stop them. And then we move to the guys in second place, who I will not lie, they keep impressing me every time I watch them. Arsenal. Bukayo Saka was impressive. It's been long. I've had any positive comments about Bukayo Saka. I have not had any positive comments because to me, I feel that when I looked at his goals and goal contribution to that of Darwin Núñez, they were at the same level. And we always blast Darwin Núñez that look at that guy misses a lot of goals. We're even laughing that he did a crossbar challenge. And now Saka came out and proved us wrong. He has scored in his last 2 games, and against Burnley he was impressive. Scored a penalty and then a very good stunner. I did not see that boy's right foot works. Saka's right foot works. Honestly, it was an impressive performance all through from Arsenal. It makes the league more competitive. This is what we want to see. We want to see teams coming in and putting pressure on other teams. You know, I loved that. I loved the way Arsenal came into the game, how they fought, how they played. It was a very convincing win, to be honest. And then we moved to Tottenham. I don't know how to put this here. Tottenham were at the top of the table when the league started, with Costacoglu's pattern of playing a high line. But they played against Wolves, they lost 2-1. And here are some takeaways from the game. First of all, this high line is killing Tottenham. You can't keep playing like this. At some point, you have to look at your team and be like, oh, if we have a lead or we manage to equalize when someone is leading us, we need to be able to drop back and try to create something different so that we don't lose the game. Costacoglu isn't doing that. You want to try and attack a game, and when you try to attack the game, you end up pushing all your players forward and leaving so much space at the back, which puts you under pressure. When you look at the 2 goals that Wolves scored against Tottenham, they were goals that came from really quick counters. And why was it that Tottenham couldn't do anything? Because all their players are playing so high up the pitch. And then you end up losing the game, and it's a big issue. And then we go to the biggest game of the night, Chelsea versus Man City. There's a lot to talk about in this game. A lot to talk about. There's a lot to talk about in this game. First off is, I don't know why Chelsea dropped at the level they were playing when the game started. I don't know why. First half of the game, Chelsea were rampant. They played at a pace that I did not expect from Chelsea. They were the better team in the first half. You come in, you're dominating the likes of Gallagher really impressed me. The likes of Raheem Sterling. Somehow that guy, whenever he plays against Man City, he's on top of his game. He was playing really well. They were all playing well. They got the goal in the first half. I expected that when the second half was going to begin, same intensity, they would come and Man City, they would win the game. But what happened? All of a sudden, in the second half, Chelsea became a defensive side. Hello? What happened? What happened? Like, I'm still trying to wrap my head around what happened in that game on Saturday. Like, what happened? What did Pochettino go to the locker room to tell them? Yeah, you guys sit back and defend. You had this game in your hands. I feel that they would have been able to beat Man City if they had kept on playing at the intensity they were playing with in the first half. If you had kept on playing that same attacking football you were playing, you would have been able to beat Man City. Because let's be honest with this. In fact, that most people do not want to agree. This year, Man City's defense has not been what it was last season. They've struggled defensively. It has shown. Against Bradford, it showed how open Man City's defense can be. It showed again against Chelsea. And all of a sudden, Chelsea players are sitting back. The coach is making changes that I do not understand, and they lose the game. Who do I blame for that draw? When it comes to Chelsea and Man City, I blame Pochettino. He said his side played better. Bro, you lost that game as far as I'm concerned. Yes, the game ended 1-1, but you lost that game because you had that game in your hands. And what did you do with the game? You decided to sit back, soak in pressure until they equalized. Now, let's talk about the controversies that happened in that game. First off was the incident between Raheem Sterling and Kyle Walker. Look, I'm a football fan, so I'm going to be honest on this. That was a penalty. That was a penalty. How that was not given for a penalty, I do not understand. That was a penalty. The second controversial incident, Levi Colwell. Bro, the ball is coming up. For some reason, this guy, he's in a tussle. I think it was with Rodri or Haaland. I can't remember who. He was in a tussle, and all of a sudden, his hand touches the ball, and his hand basically hits the ball and it comes down. And VAR are telling me that that is not a penalty, that they did not see that. FA, if you don't want Man City to win the league, just tell us. You don't need to do that. We are not blind now. If we know that all of us are scared of Man City winning the league, but to the point whereby you saw a clear foul and you did not blow, okay, I rest my case. And for Man United, they've been impressive. Man United has been impressive. They found a way to win games. Look, I say what I always say when I say this word. A win is a win. Hate them or love them, they are winning games. They are climbing on the table. I think Man United is currently 6th. They are climbing on the table. They are doing well. Now, people may come and say, yes, one fact was sure. Against Luton, after Man United scored those 2 goals, they lost the game out to Luton. Luton was the better side from that moment till the end of the game. But no one cares. A win is a win. And that was the case of Manchester United. A win is a win. They won the game. You might not agree with how they won the game, but they won the game. And that's all I can say about that. A lot of people were talking about how, Luton played the better game. This one happened. Let me take you to 2008 or 2009. Was it 2009 where Barcelona played Chelsea? I don't remember the year precisely, 9-10. We played Chelsea from start to finish at Nou Camp. We did everything. Please, I want to ask you, who won the match? Will anybody ask, did ball possession win the match? We lost. And that's Man U this season. It's working. But I don't think against a better side that would work. But if it's working now, it's all good. They should keep up with it. But in all, it was a great Premier League week. I enjoyed every match. And yes, this is why we love football.